Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Lovebug. Guess what? I'm back. I missed you guys so much. It's been a long time since I've been on here. I happened to come across one of my videos, and then I realized, wow, I just kind of just dropped that thing and let that go. So I think, life happens, and so I'm gonna get back at it because I'm still gardening. So there's a lot of things that have taken place since the last time we've been together. But I still have my strawberries. This is from the original tower. And if you see in there are still strawberries growing. Weeds too, but strawberries. So there's a lot of things going on. Let me show you a couple of things. So the blueberry plants that I had in the ground, they died 2 years ago in a drought. And I let them, they had to say goodbye. But since then, I have purchased new blueberry plants and they're on my deck in containers. And so these are some grow bags that I have. These grow bags are 10, 15 gallon bags. And I have, those are 2 blueberries. And then here I have a Honeycrisp apple tree that I got from Tractor Supply. I put this in here last year and it's getting strong. In the base of that, you'll see some green onions that survived through our crazy cold winter, and then some lettuce that has come up, and then the other stuff is weeds. But that's that. This is Suki. Suki is our dog. We got her in 2020, and Dutch went to be with the Lord in 2022. So it's just Suki now. She's a Cane Corso, and we love her. Um, this is a green stalk that I had last year filled with spinach and strawberries. The strawberries did not make it through the winter, and I'm not really sure why they didn't make it, especially since I've had the strawberries from the tower for so long. But we'll try again. And this just came up, so I don't even know if that's actually a strawberry, but I'm gonna leave it there and see what happens. We have a blueberry. This is bigger than the others, but we've got plenty of berries on here. We have our planter that I had my herbs in. No herbs yet, but right now we have some lettuce that seeded from last year. And then it's blank because I planted some potatoes in there. So we have some potatoes down in there, and we'll wait for those to come up and see what happens. My fig tree I had before died. I think that, I can't remember when that died, but I just bought this year. And so, yeah, this is the fig tree. This is the new one, and it's doing well. In this planter, we have lettuce that seeded on its own from last year. And in this green stalk, I have green beans that I planted all the way around. But then we got hit with that cold weather here in Ohio, zone 5-6. You never know what the weather's going to be like. So we got a cold spell after I expected to get a cold spell. I'm glad I didn't plant out my other plants. But it looks like these will survive because they're growing still in the center. So I'm not worried about those. We'll figure something to put out in there. That's just old oregano from last year. We have another blueberry. And I'm not sure what varieties these are because I didn't mark them very well. I got 3 different varieties. I got Blue Crop, I got Patriot, and I want to say Jersey. I can't remember the third one. I'll have to check my book because I did write it down. In here, we have a bunch of weeds. I don't even know what that weed is, but it comes in this planter every year. So I just leave it. I'll pull it out when I go to plant something else. But I also have a ton of sweet peas in here. Then we have another blueberry. Over here, we have some sweet peas planted in a grow bag that has the remains of a pepper from last year. And I had to replace my grapevines because the animals did me dirty. And so I just got rid of them because I got tired of fighting them. So they're on my deck now in pots. Both of these are 25-gallon pots. But this one is bigger than the other one. And I think it's because of when I planted them. When I got them from a store, and then I planted them out right away, and then we got another cold frost last year. Both of these grapevines are from last year. So they're still babies, but they're doing okay. And then there's peas in here with that. And then there's thyme in there from last year that survived the winter. So let's take a look at some other things. So here's the newest addition. I shouldn't say the newest addition. It's just new since the last time we were together. So I added raised beds to my garden area. If you go back and watch my videos, you'll see that I was battling crabgrass and weeds. And if you take a good look, you'll see that is still an issue in that area. But what I've done is I've gotten Birdie's raised beds, which are great, by the way. These beds are 3 years old. Yes, these beds are 3 years old, and I've been growing in them. What I do is in the fall time, I just fill them up with all the neighborhood leaves that I can until it's full to the top, and they crunch down. And you see they've crunched down quite a bit because that was full. And then in a week or two here, I'll be filling it with some dirt, and then I'll plant in it. And then you'll also see the peach tree there. And I'll give you a closer look here in just a minute. That's the peach tree. That's the Red Haven peach tree. And then this is the plum tree. Look at that. Plum tree's doing great. This is a 2-in-1 plum. Red Heart. And I can't remember the name of the other plum. But we got some plums off of here last year and they were delicious. So that's that. I'll give you a closer look in just a moment. Remember here we had the blueberries, but those are gone, and I have since let that fill in. But what I've done is I've put in some rain barrels. So I water my plants now with rainwater, just some trash cans with some tubing, a tube that comes from my downspout, and it has a hose connection on it. It was so super easy and cheap. It was great. I don't think I paid more than $100. Yes, I did, because I think each trash can was like $30. I can guarantee you I didn't pay more than $200 to put that together. But I love it because I don't have to use my city water to water my plants. All right, here's a new addition. And remember how I got my free blackberry bush from my previous videos? Well, check this out. These are raspberries. I got these the same way that I got the blackberry, and look at what it's doing. So this has been in the ground for 2 years. This is the second year we've had this plant. We got a few berries last year, but look at it this year, and she went crazy. It was growing in my landscaping on the front of my house, and I just uprooted it and planted it over here. And it likes it here, but look at all of the blooms on here. There's so many blooms. We're gonna get a lot of berries from this. I'm super excited. So I'll keep you posted on that. Of course, we'll track it. But look at all of the blooms on there. I love it. All right, let's take you in for a closer look. Let's see if we can find some plums on here. They're hard to find because they're green, but I know there's some in here. Let me see if I can find, oh, I think I can get these in. All right. There's a couple right there. Look at them. They're gonna be great. There's a lot of them in here in this tree. They just blend in so well with the leaves. They're hard to see, but they are in there, and I am excited. Let's take you in for a closer look over here. These are our raised beds, and I love our raised beds. They're so much easier to grow in, so much better on the back. Yeah, these are raised beds. And then here is the peach tree. I definitely need to thin this out. You'll see as I come around it how many are actually on here. We had some last year. We didn't get to eat them though because the squirrels beat us to it. But I think with the number that are on here, even after thinning, we'll probably get enough for each of us to have one or two. But look, it's so loaded. It's beautiful. I'm excited. One thing about trees, when you plant them, it takes a long time for me, somebody who wants stuff. Instant gratification is what I want. But the trees, when you plant them, you're not going to get fruit your first 2 or 3 years, depending on what type of tree you plant. And so you play the waiting game, but it pays off. Because look at this tree is fully loaded. So I'm excited to be able to finally try this. I will give you guys an update on the blackberry plant. She is not as good as she was in her former glory this year. I have neglected her over the past couple years, but I'll give you a highlight of her in a future video. But I plan to stay with you guys so that you can follow this journey. I just wanted to let you guys know, hey, I am still around, I'm still here, and I'm still gardening. I'm not giving this thing up. But I hope that you guys are gardening. I hope that you guys are still investing in the quality of food that you get, because it's important that we take care of ourselves the best way we can. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I love you all, and I hope to be back with you very, very, very soon. But until then, have a great day, everyone. Love you guys. And as always, what are you waiting for? It's time for you to get growing.